Hey, this is Chris Roper, executive editor on the IGN PlayStation team, and today I'm going to talk about one of the biggest upcoming games of this season, not only for the PlayStation 2, but anything, next-gen or not, Guitar Hero 2. The first Guitar Hero released last fall is, in many people's opinions, the best music game ever made. It basically you got this little plastic guitar that you're rocking on, which looks kind of silly, but once you pick up the game, it's extremely addictive. The first game had a great soundtrack, to let people actually get into the process of creating music, and a lot of the tunes hit home with people, the songs they grew up with, classic rock tracks. The second game, now that the first one has sold over 1 million units, gave Red Octane, Harmonix, it gave them more to work with. They got a bigger budget, they were able to go out and get more tracks, bigger bands that they couldn't do last time. So like now you're going to see the Rolling Stones, Aerosmith, Nirvana, Van Halen, Guns N' Roses, the Allman Brothers, and a bunch of other guys. And on top of that, some of the licensed tracks that are in the game are actually the master tracks. So you have tracks from Primus and from Jane's Addiction with Jonathan Fishman and Stop. And those are the actual studio recordings. You're not getting a cover from those bands. All the songs are really fun to play. A couple of the ones at the beginning, of course, are a little slow for people that have gotten really good, but, that's how it goes. Now, for the most part, the covers that are in the game are fantastic. A studio over in Foster City called Wave Group does all the covers for the game, and just like last time out, they are fantastic at getting all the instrumentation to sound perfect. Most of the vocals sound dead on. There are a couple exceptions, mostly like the Nirvana and Stone Temple Pilots tracks, where the vocalist obviously isn't the real guy. I mean, Kurt Cobain's dead, but those are a little off, and actually Heart-Shaped Box sounds a little off-key even with the guitar, but aside from those tracks, everything else sounds fantastic. The Police track, the guy sounds exactly like Sting. One thing that Red Octane and Harmonix wanted to do this time around was make the game a bit harder. You had people that were actually able to get 100% on songs like Bark at the Moon from the first game. So for those guys, they wanted to turn it up a bit. Now this means that people won't be able to pick up the game and blast through expert like maybe they could last time. This might piss some people off because they just won't ever be able to do it. The game is really hard. And it's not that the solos are crazier, because you don't get much harder than what you saw in Bark at the Moon, but there are tracks that start out with basically what amounts to a solo, so you can't even get into the point where you can get star power and work through those. But the very cool thing is, and one of the newest additions to the game, is practice mode. And basically you can head into this mode, pick any song that you want, and then the song's broken up into sections. You have like verse 1, bridge 1, chorus 1, solo 1A, solo 1B, on and on to the end of the song. It breaks up into 15, 20, 25 parts. And then you can pick any of these, go far as long as you want, and then set playing speed from regular playing speed down to super slow. It's absolutely fantastic additions. One of the biggest things that stuck out from last time that wasn't in the game, and this time they absolutely nailed it. One of the other new big additions to Guitar Hero 2 is the addition of 3-button chords. People had problems playing really fast chords last time, but now there's 3-button chords in there. For the most part, these aren't thrown into the middle of huge, quick riffs. So they'll end like a huge section of the 3-button chord, or you'll get a part where it's just like a repeating section of the same chord. So it's not that bad. It's not as bad as it seems, and it actually adds a lot to, you have this huge part of the song, and then it ends with this monstrous ending. You throw in one of those 3-button chords, and it feels like you actually nailed it. One of the coolest things about Guitar Hero is being able to play with your friend. And in Guitar Hero 2, they've added a co-op mode, whereas last time face-off mode means that you switch back and forth between parts of the song. Co-op has you both playing the entire song all the way through, but on different instruments. So one person will play lead guitar, and then depending on the track, the other player will be either bass or rhythm guitar. You can't choose bass or rhythm. It's like Primus should be bass, and some tracks like the Rolling Stones or something will be rhythm guitar. But it's absolutely fantastic. Some of the bass stuff and some of the rhythm stuff is sort of okay depending on what the track is. But overall, it's super fun. And the really cool thing about it is you're actually playing cooperatively, which means you can fail the song. Now, as far as the single-player mode goes, the career mode is set up slightly different than last time. You still have groups of 5 songs, and there's 8 this time, because there's 40 licensed tracks. But instead of the 5 songs being open, you get 4, and then the 5th one will work as an encore song. So you beat those 4 tracks, and then you'll see the lights kind of fade down when you finish the 4th track, and then the audience will be cheering, and it'll say, the audience wants an encore, do you want to do this? And then you pick yeah, and then you're playing some song that you probably didn't know was there unless you read ahead and looked at the song list. and then basically just go right into it. You just keep rocking on. It unlocks it so if you want to quit, you can go back and try it again later. You don't have to beat the first song to go back and play the second one. So overall, Guitar Hero 2 is a fantastic sequel to last year's best music game from us, Guitar Hero. The track selection is fantastic. The co-op mode is great. Practice mode is a godsend. I mean, the whole thing is just fantastic. Just as a point, just in case nobody knows, the game still uses the same guitar from Guitar Hero 1. And you can actually buy the game separately or as a package deal with the guitar, and it comes with the cherry red one now. But yes, your old guitars will still work. And no, we have no idea if you can use it on the PlayStation 3. We get about 5,000 emails a day. We're going to see what happens. Hopefully it will work there. But yeah, no matter what, I mean, if you haven't played your PS2 in a long time, dust it off, because this is the game to get for it. It probably is the best music game of all time. It's easily one of the best games on the system, and I mean, it's a must-buy.